Hi, I think Asana is amazing, but I think it could be even better. And I try to go through the exercise of finding out what I would suggest to Asana if I had the chance of having an impact. And I really think I can have an impact if I have enough people behind me pushing with me those proposals. I'm going to link in the description to the actual forum post where you have the entire list of proposals, but I wanted to go through that list with you today. I actually have 5 proposals around the product itself. I think showing the project a subtask belongs to is really a must. It has been a long-awaited feature, and I don't really care if it's against the philosophy, just a tiny change that would change people's lives, literally. The other one is I have a big problem with the inbox and that concept of expand and collapse notification. I think it does make sense to have collapsed notification. I think it just takes away clarity. So you should really enable expand by default and just remove that concept altogether. A big problem in Asana is how many notifications you get when you start using Asana, and most of those notifications come from being notified about new tasks within project. This is enabled by default. That shouldn't be. That causes a lot of headaches, and this is something we have to teach people about when we train them, but sadly we don't train everyone ourselves, so a lot of people do not know that they can actually disable this. The fourth item I have on my list is the auto promotion. That's the fact that within the My Task view, you have things moving up automatically based on the due date. Ideally, you could do that based on the start date. That's something else I don't cover in that list, but I would like that automation to be created by default for any new Asana user. The last one on the product is the colors. Asana puts colors randomly, especially in custom fields of type dropdown. When you add new options, you have new colors being added. It doesn't make sense. It just looks awful. Usually people do not know how bad it is and they just use the default colors. Sometimes I think they don't even know you can remove the colors. It doesn't even make sense for dashboards, because in dashboards you can actually choose a palette and you will have a different skew of the color based on the values. So please remove those default colors. I have 3 proposals for the ecosystem, so basically people working around the Asana tool. I think Asana should promote third-party apps more often. We have created a lot of apps. You have Flozana, you have Instagant, you have Asana to go. They are not promoted enough. Even internally, a lot of people at Asana do not know about these tools, and they really fill in a gap in the product features. The second point I have is creating a grant to incentivize developers and app creators to do things around Asana. And I think a lot of cool concept could have appeared much quicker, or could actually appear at all if someone was getting a bit of money to work on this. It's always hard to monetize something, so if you have that incentive by being paid by Asana, I think that would make a big change. And the last one for the ecosystem is to empower technical partners like us by actually having some kind of a badge or a certification. Because from the client point of view, it's really hard to see who's good, who's not good, who has been working with Asana for a long time and who hasn't. So I really think a badge could make a big difference. Finally, I have 2 proposals marketing-wise. The first one is shared roadmap. Even some high-level bullet points, that would be good. Even saying that something would come out next year or would not come out at all, I think that's definitely worth it, because you can see on the forum people growing angrier and angrier every day about things that they're angry about the fact that it's not being done, but they're mostly angry about the fact that they have no idea if it's going to be done. And I know for a fact that some of those items are against Asana philosophy, and I'm pretty sure some of those will never be done. So yes, of course, they can always reconsider and decide to work on something. But if they could finally say multiple assignee is against philosophy, we will probably never do that. I think that would make things a bit clearer. And you can change your mind. You can always push things around. People will get angry as well, but I think it's better to have something official that moves a bit rather than having nothing at all. And the last one is hire someone to go around the world and meet some of the funniest and craziest Asana users and clients. We have seen in our very tiny circle some crazy use cases, and I think Asana has amazing stuff. So you do have use cases on the site, but it's a very it's not a fun list of use cases. It's like a marketing agency, a pharmaceutical company. So I know for a fact that you have really, really crazy stuff out there and great people using Asana. Have someone with a backpack, with a camera, go around and just meet those people and just tell stories around Asana and how they're using Asana to be successful. That's my list of 10 proposals. If you like those ideas or if you have other ideas, make sure to use the link at the bottom to submit what you think. That all goes into my Asana, and I will triage everything and try to push this to Asana themselves if I have enough votes. Have a good day, and see you next time.